Preston Garrison is here, and we just learned that this is the first time he's on the show, so you have to go through an initiation process. And we'll do. And if you know Preston, that's a typical answer. Well, it involves cold water and some other things.
No, we didn't speak about this before.
We didn't. No,
we didn't.
we never tell the new guest about that.
Makes sense.
Now you're the assistant, is that right? Director or co-director?
Co-director with Becca Wilson. Now, it's amazing to me because she's always directed me in many different plays, and Michael Mahoney's directed me in many different plays. So we've got all these veterans that have directed me, and now I'm kind of put into a position, being put in the driver's seat with Becca Wilson. So it's,
well, it's time, is it not?
Oh man, I'm ready and I'm excited, and it's just amazing to me because we got all these veterans like Brian Miller, Bill Edwards, Ann Porter in this.
Now, all the people that are out there watching don't know the names. Now, these are people that are in the theater company that you talk about. Becca Wilson, she directed Wizard of Oz, which is one of the nice productions that we've done in the past, and she's a consummate professional, would you say?
Oh, always, yes.
So you're working with her, so that's a great experience.
I want to mention that, was it last year this was done?
True West was done originally in 2009 at the Lyric Theater. That was actually the first play I saw.
Okay.
Way back in the Lyric Theater in 2009, and I went there because it was for a speech class, and you get points. Awesome, you get points for watching a play, and you write about it. And when I went, I'm thinking, well, this is pretty good. I would just show up and watch these things without being made to for points in a class. And I saw it, and I was enthralled. And it was the same cast in 2009. Michael Mahoney as Lee, Brian Miller as Austin, Bill Edwards as Saul, and Ann Porter as the mom. And I was just sitting back there thinking, this is something I want to get involved with, and I've been involved with it ever since. So it's amazing to me.
They, I totally just went blank. It's an ensemble cast, obviously.
Ensemble cast, yes.
But Michael directed it and starred in it as well. So it's got to be a little different spin to see the vision through another director's eyes.
Oh, for certain, yeah.
So that might add something, new
different
to the table there.
Different element for sure. Becca Wilson has added some different elements to this play with the characters. So people who saw it in 2009, you're going to see a different production this time for sure. But it's the same cast, and I invite everybody to come on out. You're going to be thrilled and amazed by the physicality on the stage. Just a complete awesome acting all around.
And it's True West is the name of the production, but can you give us kind of a basic idea of what the story's about?
Sure. This brother Lee, who's a petty thief, comes in where his brother Austin is house sitting for his mother in Arizona. And their mother's off in Alaska. And Austin's kind of the book smart guy. He's been to college, and he's sitting there trying to write a screenplay. And Lee comes in all drunk and belligerent and keeps on interrupting him, and he's kind of bullying him, physically bullies him, verbally and in every way. And Saul, the producer, comes in, and Saul gets interested in this little story that Lee has written up and everything about the Old West. And when they're on the golf course, old Lee actually gets Saul so interested in his story that he actually drops his brother's story altogether. So as you can imagine, that causes some clashing. I'm not going to spoil everything for you, but Austin gets drunk, and then Lee, is already on his beer and everything. So they kind of clash. Mom comes in, and when Mom sees everything destroyed, and our two sons going at it, you can well imagine what a mama would do. Well, this is a very interesting mama too, and I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys, but through all these fighting verbally and physically, the brothers discover that, they have more in common than they thought they did. And it's one of those. That gives
you a little insight into.
A little insight.
Well, let's go back. You said something earlier that this is the first play that you ever saw.
Yeah.
And I think that our mission here to get people interested in what's going on down at the Lyric and in theater productions is what of course your motivation was to get that point
at the time.
So what would you say to people that are hinging on not going to a play and say, I don't want to have anything to do with that, I'm not interested in that? What would you other than that motivation to get a point? We can give them points if they want to come down.
Well, the motivation is it's just pure great entertainment. You go, You go somewhere for an hour and a half, 2 hours, get your mind off your troubles for a while, just to be pure entertained by some excellent acting. A lot of people aren't completely sure about what goes on at the Lyric all the time. You know, they think concerts, they think movies, but we have some excellent plays, top-notch shelf plays, and they're getting better and better every year. And you got these guys like Michael Mahoney, who's been off Broadway. You got Becca Wilson, who's directing, who's been in Los Angeles. Brian Miller, Bill Edwards, and Ann Porter. Got to keep giving them shout-outs and everything because these are all veterans. And the shows, man, you go and watch movies. Now you got it in live action in front of your face. You're going to see a lot of action in True West. I promise you that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just for pure entertainment purposes, see what all the talk is about at the Lyric Theater.
Yeah.
I invite
see it up
everybody
close
to
and
go.
personal.
See it up close and personal.
Well, let's talk about the dates because there's, I know Sound of Music is in production now. It's going to be mid-December when it comes out. When does True West?
True West opens Thursday, November 21st at 7 p.m. and it continues all the way to November 26th.
Now, why is that? Because it goes all through the week.
Yeah, it goes all through the week. The only difference will be the November 24th show, which will be a matinee at 2 p.m. on a Sunday. 21st, 23rd, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 25th, and 26th will all be 7 p.m. shows.
So it's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday matinee, and then a
Monday
next
and a
weekend?
Tuesday? Yeah,
or
Monday
and
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's just a straight run.
Straight run, 6
Wow.
days. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Now, we mentioned earlier somebody got hurt on the first production.
Oh, yes.
Tell us about that.
Michael Mahoney, who plays Lee, as you can well imagine, there's quite a bit of tussles and fights, things getting thrown around.
No stuntman or anything?
No stuntman. Golf clubs, fights, telephones flying. So he actually, I believe,
Did he jump off a chair or
he jumped
something
off
to do
a
with the
chair,
chair?
messed up his ankle. This was like maybe the third night of production in 2009, and they had to cancel, I think, the last two shows. So he made an announcement at an award show one time that we'll bring it back. And sure enough, here we are 4 years later, and it's coming back, and everybody's staying in pretty good shape, you know.
We'll need to keep the chairs away from him.
Keep the chairs away from him for sure, exactly.
Well, we appreciate
thank
you
you,
coming.
Preston.
Yeah, thanks,
Thank you all
Preston,
for
being
having
here.
me.
And again, that's November
21st
through the
26th.
and on a Sunday, it's a matinee at 2 o'clock.
Exactly.
And tickets are available. You can get those online at thelyrichairison.org or the theater, let's see, what is it called? The theater company, I think. Just go to the Lyric Harrison.
$12 general admission.
Yes.
$5 if you come in with your student ID.
Good deal.
Exactly.
All right. And you can get those tickets online, pay for them online if you want. All right, let's take a break.
Thank you.
And when we come back, let's talk with Jeannie Hunt. She's here to talk about the open house at the Arkansas Baptist Boys Ranch. Stay with us.